So if you have watched my last video, we shot that whole bike commercial on this setup from Tilta. Not everything, but most of the rolling shots, other than the ones on the one wheel, we shot it on this rig. And I'm pretty excited to tell you more about behind the scenes of our bike shooting commercials and also about this product and why I like it or not. So let's get into the video. So first of all, this video is not sponsored or anything. I paid my full price for this rig. And some things you have to know about this, that the price you see on the website is not the full price that you're gonna end up spending just to have this whole thing completed, because you also have to spend money on the gimbal if you don't have one, so it only works with RS2. Also, you gotta buy a monitor if you don't have one, so that's $500, about $500 out there. Also, you need to buy these batteries. V-mount batteries are expensive, about $200 a piece. You might need to get 2 of them. Well, and of course the camera. So the full price for my rig came out to be right here. So the reason I got this rig is because I've got tired of shooting on a boost board or one wheel when we do these shoots for e-bikes or bikes or any rolling shots in this case that I need to get. So the goal for my production company was to use this thing instead of the boosted board or any electric scooter, electric bike, electric anything to follow people around when I shoot and get rolling shots, whether we're going fast or slow. So in this case, it did help a lot to get rolling shots, especially when we're going fast speeds and we are going on the road. But of course, if you need to shoot something off-road where you can't get the car, I would still use the one wheel like we did on the other shoot. The Tilta we used already a couple of times on the bike shoots, and it turned out to work really great. The best thing I love about this is actually safety, because you can just sit in the passenger seat, have a driver, which is another disadvantage because you need another person to drive the car. So it's a 2, actually sometimes 3 people job if somebody pulls the focus. Sitting in the front seat is really nice because the sun is not harsh. You really see what you are doing. You can monitor the whole situation on the screen, and you can also control the gimbal. So you can actually move left, right, up and down. You can adjust the speed on the go here, and you can see that. And this thing is powered by Sony battery, which is just inside of the remote. So the HDMI cable, you can get the wireless transmission. Some of these things run from anywhere from $600 with very low latency, which was my plan, but you still end up having the cable running from the rig, suction cup to the car, all the way to the passenger seat. And another thing is the cable is a bit too short, so sometimes if the car is too big like this or too long, you're gonna have to sit in the back seat, which is fine, but they could have a cable a little bit longer. So as for this cable, the safety strap, it's like right super tight if you want to wrap it around the trunk. So I would suggest to get another of these strap cables. So how about the quality? Is it stable enough to replace the one wheel or the boost board? Yeah, it's very stable, especially if you get the spring that you can get separately for like $80. A lot of people complain about the original spring. I haven't even used it because I've just watched all these videos, and people give a lot of feedback that it does shake a lot. And even though this setup is for like a lightweight camera, it works better with heavy cameras. So for example, with my C70, it works perfect with the new springs. So I feel like Tilta should be just given these springs as in the box included already, instead of the hard spring mount, because that one is just a bit more shaky. But here's some shots that we shot directly straight up from the setup without any warp post stabilization, straight out of the camera. Would you ask me if I trust this thing? I'm still kind of iffy about it because it's really suction cups. If the weather changes, for example, from humidity to cold, you gotta keep pumping this suction cups. So every time we would like stop and pull over to check our shots, I would make sure everything's tight, keep pumping them, make sure the safety strap is around and super tight, kind of like give it a little wig. I feel it's fine, it's there, it feels super sturdy even though we rode it through a lot of dust, which is another thing. One of my lenses got all dusty inside. I would strongly recommend to wrap it with a bag. So today we're just going to wrap it with a trash can, but with a trash bag actually, and just have some rubber bands around so it just sits tight and the camera doesn't get all dusty after the shoot. And as far as some improvements, my next thing, what I'm planning is, if I'll be shooting on my car, I would love to install the hitch and have one of these hitch mount points directly from here. So I would have one sturdy point coming from here, and I would have two more arms going to the suction cups. That way at least one of the legs, which is the main arm, would be a speed rail that is hard mounted to the car. That way the other two arms are there just to have more stable setup for the 3-point setup, but one sturdy arm connected hard mounted to the car would be really nice. As far as the build quality, it is like 10 out of 10 to be honest. I'm not trying to brag about it, but it's really nice. It looks like a very high-end product. Like honestly, I have no complaints about it. It's just super sturdy. Everything looks very nice. All the things just work, which is super nice. It comes with a little screwdriver that you can tighten these things around. And also I love the ability to plug in V-mount batteries and just have all these multiple points coming from the V-mounts and have extra D-taps, for example, extra 8, extra 12 volts. They can just run directly to your camera. For example, can power your camera with this V-mount battery, so you just can have 2 or 1 V-mounts. Can power your whole thing, don't even have to plug a battery to your camera. And also I just like the whole ecosystem from Tilta. It looks like what they're trying to do is for you to have just one product, one system in hand, and then for example to this remote you can also connect full of focus that just slides in here, and then it will just wirelessly work for like extra $300, and you can put bigger cine lenses on this setup and then have follow focus, and it just works. So that's pretty simple. Hope you enjoyed this video. That's pretty simple breakdown, is just to show you if this thing really works, if it's worth it. Is it worth it for you? It's for you to decide. Hopefully this video helped you to decide to make the decision. And if you did like and enjoyed watching this video or some of these cool rolling shots, please give a like button and consider even subscribing to my channel for more videos like these. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.